You're listening to Inside Insight, the podcast that dives into the latest innovations and strategies in manufacturing, distribution, and Dynamics 365 Business Central. Brought to you by InsightWorks, this show features our hosts, Ryan and Emma, as they bring you expert conversations, industry insights, and practical advice to help you stay ahead in this constantly evolving world.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to get a little geeky with me today?
Always up for a deep dive.
Awesome. So today's deep dive is going to be about, it might sound a little niche at first, but I swear it's relevant to pretty much anyone running a business, especially these days, where tech is kind of running the show more and more. We're going to be talking about Business Central specifically.
BC, Microsoft's ERP platform, right?
You got it. But here's the twist. We're not just talking about BC itself, but about this idea of whether or not it makes sense to get everything you need, software-wise, from a single ISV, like one-stop shop kind of deal.
Makes sense. I mean, BC is powerful, no doubt, handles your financials, operations, all that good stuff.
You can't do everything.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. And the source material we're digging into today, it's actually marketing material from a company called InsightWorks. And even they admit right off the bat that BC needs some help sometimes, especially for businesses in specific industries like if you're in manufacturing, distribution, warehousing, things like that.
Yeah, and that's where it gets tricky. Because you need those extra features, right, to really make BC work for you.
Totally. I mean, think about it. You've got your BC Foundation solid ERP system, but you still need all the other stuff on top of that, right?
Like specialized tools for managing your warehouse inventory or scheduling your production runs.
Exactly. And that's when you run into what they call in the source material ISV Sprawl.
Okay. ISV Sprawl. That sounds not good.
It's not ideal. It's like, imagine you're building with Legos, right? But you're trying to use pieces from like 5 different sets. It's going to get messy.
So basically you end up with a bunch of different software solutions from a bunch of different vendors.
Right. You need a CRM, so you go with vendor A. Then you need a warehouse management system, and vendor B seems to have the best one. Pretty soon, you're dealing with 5 different vendors, 5 contracts, 5 support lines.
And a whole lot of potential for headaches, I'm guessing.
You got it. Support nightmares, apps that don't play nice with each other, licensing and update chaos. It can get real complicated real fast.
And that's where InsightWorks steps in, right?
Yeah.
With their big pitch. They've got like 25 plus apps that all work specifically with Business Central, covering all sorts of functionalities. So they're basically saying, hey, ditch the sprawl, come to us, we got everything you need.
Right. It is a bit of a bold claim, I have to admit. And whenever we're looking at marketing material, a healthy dose of skepticism is always a good idea, right? But let's play devil's advocate for a second and look at the potential benefits of their whole one-stop shop approach.
Yeah, let's break it down. What are they saying?
Well, first off, they really hit on the streamline support thing, which honestly is a huge selling point for a lot of businesses. One point of contact for all your software issues, no more finger pointing between vendors if something goes wrong.
Makes sense, especially if you've ever been stuck in that kind of situation.
Don't even get me started. And then they also guarantee interoperability, which means all their apps are designed to play nice together within BC. No integration headaches, no compatibility nightmares.
Yeah. Having one company handle all your BC customizations and add-ons does sound kind of appealing. At least on paper, it sounds like it could save a ton of time and hassle.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking way more than just saving a few minutes on hold with tech support. Think about managing software updates, making sure everything stays compatible. With a single ISV, it's like, boom, one and done. Plus, you have a consistent UI and UX across all your applications, which honestly can make a big difference for user adoption and productivity.
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't want your team constantly having to relearn how to use different programs.
Exactly. Plus, it just looks more professional. Speaking of specific apps, they mentioned one that turns Business Central into a full-blown POS system, which I thought was pretty neat. So you could potentially manage your entire retail operation, from inventory to sales, all within BC.
Oh, wow. So basically, you wouldn't even need a separate POS system.
That's the idea. And that really highlights a key point they're making, scalability. Like, as your business grows, as you need more features, you can just add more apps from that same vendor, knowing they'll integrate perfectly with what you already have. No need to rip and replace your whole system every time you hit a new milestone.
So to sum it all up, it sounds like the big argument for working with a single ISV is all about simplification, integration, and scalability.
Bingo. Fewer moving parts, fewer potential points of failure, and crucially, an easier path to growth. It's a compelling pitch, for sure.
Yeah, I can see how that would be attractive to a lot of businesses, especially those who, maybe had some bad experiences with ISV sprawl in the past.
Definitely. But it's important to remember that this is just one perspective, right? Presented by a company with, well, a vested interest in convincing you to go with their solution.
Right, it's marketing at the end of the day.
Exactly. So consolidation, it's not a magic bullet. You still got to do your due diligence. Carefully evaluate your needs, look at the ISV's track record, and really think about the long-term implications of relying on a single vendor.
It's not about jumping on the bandwagon. It's about making an informed decision for your specific business.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So here's a question for all of you listening out there. If you were evaluating a potential ISV partner, what factors would be at the top of your list? Beyond just the sheer number of apps they offer. Would you prioritize their reputation for customer support, their development roadmap, maybe their pricing model? What would make you feel confident putting all your software eggs in one basket?
Great question. Food for thought for sure. Choosing the right software solutions, it's not something to take lightly. It's a strategic decision that can really make or break your business in the long run. So take your time, do your research, and choose wisely, folks.
And don't forget to have fun along the way. Software shopping doesn't have to be a total drag. There's some pretty cool tech out there these days. Go explore.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive, everyone. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.